time for Around the Ozarks in 5. Brought to you by the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, Adventure Cave Tours, and Talking Rocks Cavern. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We did. We had a lot of sun. It's funny, I was in Florida for 4 days, but all the sun I got was from here on mostly Sunday.
That's funny.
So
It is.
What are you gonna?
You were
What are
working
you gonna
though,
do?
so you were like indoors, you know?
Yeah, I was indoors most of the time. All right,
right.
let's begin. We got a lot of news to talk about, and we're going to start out with a couple of just tragic stories, because they are news. You got to know about them. So
Yeah. And man, it was a deadly weekend, honestly, in the Springfield area. Not just these stories. There's more than these, but we'll hit a couple here. We begin with this one. A 2-year-old boy was killed after being hit by a car yesterday morning. The child and the driver of the car do have the same last name. It happened at a house east of Highway 65 on Blackman Road. Authorities say the driver pulled into a driveway of a private property and hit the child. The driver was arrested for suspicion of impairment. Another impaired driver causing 4 deaths in Aurora on Highway 39 on Saturday just before noon. 4 out of 10 motorcyclists who were all cycling together were killed when a woman plowed into them head on. The other 6 bikers are hospitalized with serious injuries. The woman who crossed center line was a 51-year-old woman from Aurora. I do have her name, but at last check, she has not been officially charged, so I am not releasing it just yet. But man, multiple other violent crimes around the Ozarks as well, plus those 2 that we just mentioned.
yeah, just awful stuff over the weekend. It's man. Then there's this. You may have heard about the verdict being handed down against Edward Gutting, the Missouri State University instructor who killed his colleague, Mark Cooper, in 2016, stabbing Cooper in Cooper's home more than 40 times. Cooper was a former professor at Missouri State in the same department. Greene County Judge David Jones says Gutting ruled that Gutting is not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. Gutting was diagnosed with schizophrenia and had an extremely high blood alcohol content even after several hours following the stabbing. Cooper's family is disappointed with the verdict, but they said they are glad to have this whole thing finally over. Gutting will be held in a high security area of a mental institution. Okay, and then there's this. 'Tis the season for more cars to be stolen. It happens more during the summertime. Branson police, they're seeing an increase in stolen cars, especially Springfield police typically seeing the same increase, but Branson's putting out the warning now as the summer months arrive because there are just more tourists in the area this time of year, some of them up to no good, some of them preying on tourists. So you're advised to obviously keep your doors locked, keep your valuables out of sight whenever you're doing any kind of shopping in Branson or really anywhere for that matter. You don't want to give the bad guys opportunity.
Right. June is Pride Month, as you know, and many are concerned about the upcoming Pride Fest in downtown Springfield. That is happening this coming up Saturday on the square, complete with a parade and drag performances. Greene County Clerk Shane Scholler made a Facebook post this weekend saying that he's concerned that some city money was used to fund the event. The Pride Fest website says that the Springfield Greene County Health Department is a sponsor. The city, though, says, and the Springfield Greene County Library District also says that their involvement is a very small fraction of money that they use for a booth that provides information from the health department and talks about employment opportunities. That is run by the Glow Center, by the way, the Pride Fest, not, of course, by the city. The Glow Center, for their part, says that it is a family-friendly event, or will be, is what they called it. So coming up on Saturday. It is a green light for that massive entertainment district that we told you about at Lake of the Ozarks. Construction will start very soon on a resort. It's expected to open next summer. So that's not too far away, honestly, a year from now, and you will see an amusement park, a Marriott hotel, restaurants, shopping, and a conference center.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. The picture of it looks like the rendering, I mean, looks really impressive, honestly. It's exciting.
That's good. Well, Lake of the Ozarks I think needs something like that. It's got some older resorts that are really, really nice, but it needs something big and
Yeah.
impressive.
I
It
am
it
not
needs
a
a big cedar.
regular, so I don't even know.
Yeah. It's a great lake. It's huge. There's more shoreline. I've told you this before, and I don't think you believe me, but there's more shoreline around the Lake of the Ozarks than there is the entire coast of California along the ocean. Look it
I
up.
believe you. I
True
do.
story. True story. Mike Shannon used to tell me about that during Cardinals baseball.
And there you have it.
The late great Mike Shannon. Hey, if you like to ride go-karts, and who doesn't, you're in luck. The 160 Grand Prix go-kart track in Nixa is now open again after being closed for about 3 years. Yeah. The new owner says he hasn't ventured into that type of business before, but grew up going to the track and is ready to make some memories for some kids at the age that he used to be whenever he used to go to the track. So he's going to make some more family memories for some other folks. It is now open, the 160 Grand Prix go-kart track in Nixa. Good for them.
Yeah. If you have eaten Askinosie chocolate, you know it's good. I love chocolate and I love dark chocolate. So, how about a tour of their facility on Commercial Street? You can do that today from 3 to 4. You are welcome to stay afterward to shop in their factory. The money will go to Chocolate University, which is a public charity that serves local students and students across the globe where the store gets its cocoa from, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good for them. That's a really neat venture all the way around. What they do with the money that they raise and make, and where they get the chocolate, how they make the chocolate. It's very interesting.
I think Sean Askinosie was done being an attorney by the time you moved to town. But I know Sean Askinosie not from his chocolate days, but from his attorney days, because when I was a intern at KY3 years ago, like while I was still in college, right? Sight unseen, I moved here to live with my sister for a summer, worked at KY3. I shadowed or interned for a crime reporter, Dennis Graves. Some people will remember that name. And Michelle Davidson. She did more consumer stuff, but often I would go with Dennis because I love covering crime in courts, justice. I'm a justice person. Anyway, I interviewed Sean Askinosie a bunch of times. And then when I came back years later as an actual reporter, he had moved in to chocolate. So anyway, did you know that he used to be a defense attorney? Were you aware?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if you knew that, because I think by the time you moved here, he would have been out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know
not.
if that's true or not. I think that's how I know him originally.
Okay. All right. I don't know what year he left, honestly, but
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. Okay. So that's today, the Askinosie chocolate tours. And then tomorrow in Branson, you can go to the Farmers Market of the Ozarks. It's from 3 to 7 at 100 Branson Landing Boulevard. So on the Branson Landing, 3 to 7, you'll find some farm fresh goodness, some handcrafted products, and local eateries selling their goods all in one location.
Okay. Yeah.
I love
That's
the
super
farmers
cool.
market. Yep.
I love a good farmer's market as well. You can always find plenty of stuff to go home with at a farmer's market. That's for sure.
That's right.
Hey, speaking of going home with stuff, we have a big announcement to make because it was quite a weekend for AroundTheOzarks.com. The Missouri Broadcasters Association awards were held over the weekend, and the website AroundTheOzarks.com won the Best Local Website Award coming from the Missouri Broadcasters Association. Isn't that cool?
It's amazing. I was
And it's
super
the first
excited,
year.
honestly.
It's the
Yeah.
very first year for the website. So we are super proud of that. If you haven't been, you should go check it out and see what is award-winning about it, because it really is a great website. All the podcasts that we do here, including ours, are there. A great calendar of events. If you're looking for stuff to do coming up over the weekend or even a couple of weeks away, you can find out what's doing. And I highly recommend it, aroundtheozarks.com. And then, of course, the app, the same thing on your app, right there on your smartphone. Around the Ozarks is a great app, and that's where you can get the podcasts. They come right to you in that case.
Yes, I was listening to my podcast on autoplay today while I was riding my bike, and yesterday, and I heard our latest podcast. So it's funny how it like comes up in my list, you know?
You were just playing random podcasts, or the ones that you follow?
No, the ones that I follow. If I'm going like on a long distance bike, I will put them on autoplay so that I don't have to like mess with my phone at all, you know? And it just popped up. Anyway, it was just fun. It was fun. That's all, because you're hilarious.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. We want to get people's day started.
You're funny.
Well, we want to get everybody's day started on a good note. Unfortunately, what are you going to do? The crime and the
Gosh,
horrible
today was
stories
rough. I know.
are terrible.
Yeah, but like we said from the get-go, if it's a big enough story, we're going to cover it regardless.
Yeah,
okay.
We're just not we're going to choose not to do all the general crime stuff that you don't want to hear about.
So, okay. Have a good Monday, everybody.
That's Monday. And we'll see you back here on Tuesday. Have a good day.